please, for the listeners and for me, could you take us through like your beginnings in jiu-jitsu, where you started, how you got into it?
Mhm. Yes. So I started training when I was around 10, 11 years old. 10 years old because my father was an MMA fighter back in Brazil. And during the day, my mom had to go to work, and my dad was the whole day in the gym training and preparing for his competitions. So there was nobody to take care of me and my brother. And with time, just me and my brother got started feeling interested into training jiu-jitsu or any other martial art that my dad was doing at the time. So during the day, while we were spending time with my dad, we just started joining the classes. That's
Cool.
how we started.
So you mentioned you were training everything that your dad trained. So did you also go into MMA or so, or
Yeah,
just jiu-jitsu straight from the beginning?
everything. Because, like I said,
Mm,
my dad used to spend the whole day in the gym. So either he was doing boxing, he was doing wrestling, he was doing Muay Thai, he was doing Jiu-Jitsu. So uh, we did a little bit of everything. And the only reason we actually stuck with Jiu-Jitsu was because there is no competition for little kids in boxing, for example, or Muay Thai. Like I was 10 years old, my brother was 8, and we couldn't compete, right? And
mm,
after we spent a lot of time training, we wanted to actually compete. So that's why we stuck with jiu-jitsu because it was the only martial arts that we could actually compete at the time.
mm. So directly when you started, you wanted to immediately compete in martial arts. It
I
wasn't like
think
you started and then slowly, but you wanted to compete
yeah,
directly.
I think it took a little bit over half a year, that I did my first competition. I remember I was 11 when I did my first competition, and my brother was 9, I believe. So
Mm,
it took, let's say, half a year, and we did our first competition.
mm. So how were the competitions like when you first started competing? Did you have success immediately and you thought, yes, this is something I'm gonna do? Or did it kind of come later and grow on you?
The first competition, we both lost. Me and my brother lost to the same guy because back in Brazil, even though there was competition for kids, there wasn't so many kids competing like it is
Mm,
nowadays. So the brackets were all mixed up. I was 11, my brother was 9. We were put together in the same bracket, and we both fought the same guy that was 1 year older than me. Nowadays, we're friends. This other guy, but it's the story is pretty funny because we were all different ages, and they just put everybody together in the same bracket, and we fought because we were similar weight. uh, but like I said, we both lost to this guy, and we only started winning, I think, on the second or third competition. I think I won my second, but my brother still had a couple like hiccups. Like he didn't start winning straight away. But the thing with like know that we were gonna do it or want to do it was kind of like natural because my dad was doing,
mm.
my dad was a fighter. Everybody spoke to us as we are our father's son, right?
Yeah.
So my dad had a nickname. It's his nickname is Urutum, and back in my city, everybody knows him by his nickname Urutum, and everybody would talk to me and my brother as Urutum's kids, you know.
Oh, all right, all right.
So everybody would address to us as like the smaller version of Urutum, which would be Urutunzinho.
Yeah, yeah.
Zinho is smaller is small in Portuguese. So everybody would just call us like this: Urutunzinho one, Urutunzinho two, and so it just felt natural for us to keep doing it because it was where we spent our days. It was where we spent a lot of time with my dad's friends, with everybody that we hang out with was doing some type of martial arts. So it just felt natural.